They say, home is where you're supposed to feel safe. But what if home is the very place where the nightmare begins? The stories you're about to hear aren't urban legends. They happen to real people. And when you're done listening, you may never look at your closet, your windows, or the sound of a knock at your door the same way again. Here are 3 true horror stories that will make you lock your doors tonight. Story 1. The Man in the Closet. Emily had just turned 21 when she moved into her first apartment alone. It was small, just a single bedroom with a creaky floor and peeling paint. But it was hers. She decorated it with string lights, a few posters, and second-hand furniture. At first, it felt like freedom, but almost immediately, strange things started happening. At first, it was small, a bag of chips missing, a soda can gone from the fridge. She told herself she was just tired from exams, but the unease grew. At night, she heard faint noises, the sound of movement, the creak of floorboards in the hallway, but she lived on the top floor. No one should have been above her. One night, studying late, she heard a dull thud inside her closet. She froze, staring at the door. When she finally opened it, her heart pounding, there was nothing, just clothes and boxes. She laughed it off. But the next morning, she noticed her shoes, neatly lined by the door, had been rearranged. Something was wrong. Then came the night that would change everything. It was storming outside. Emily fell asleep early, but around 3 a.m. she woke to the sound of her closet door sliding open. She lay perfectly still. That's when she heard it. Breathing. Heavy. Slow. Coming from inside the closet. Her body locked with terror. She pulled the blanket over her face, trying not to move. Seconds felt like hours. Then, the faint rustle of fabric. Summoning every ounce of courage, she leapt from bed, flicked on the light, and yanked the closet door open. And there he was. A man crouched between her clothes, pale, gaunt, with wide, unblinking eyes. Watching her, Emily screamed and bolted out the door, calling police. When they arrived, what they found made her blood run colder. Above her closet was a crawl space she had never noticed. Inside was a sleeping bag, wrappers, bottles, and a notebook. The man had been living there for weeks, and in his notebook were pages of detailed notes about Emily. What time she woke up, what she ate, how she looked when she studied. He hadn't just been hiding, he had been watching. Story 2. The House with No Curtains. James was 28 when he bought his first home. It wasn't perfect. Cracked sidewalks, a squeaky door hinge, but he was proud of it. He loved how the sunlight poured into his living room, so he never bothered with curtains. It's not like anyone's watching, he joked. But maybe someone was. The first signs were subtle. His trash can tipped over in the morning, his dog barking at the backyard fence, teeth bared. Once in the snow, he saw footprints leading up to his living room window and stopping there. He told himself it was kids, nothing more. One Friday, exhausted after work, James collapsed on his couch and fell asleep watching TV. Around 1 a.m., he woke to a sound. Click, like a camera shutter. He sat up, listening. Nothing. He rubbed his eyes. Maybe he dreamed it. He laid back down. Then, another click, this time closer. His stomach dropped. James grabbed a flashlight and swept it across the room. Empty. He exhaled in relief until he caught movement at the edge of his vision. A shadow slipping into the hallway toward his bedroom. He bolted outside in terror and called the police. When they arrived, they searched the house. The kitchen window was wide open. On the floor, a disposable camera. Later, when the photos were developed, James was horrified. Every picture was of him, sleeping, eating, watching TV. But the worst were the ones taken while he lay on the couch that night, because in one photo, faintly lit by the glow of the television, a shadowy figure stood just behind him, watching. Story 3. The knock at the door. It was late. Rain pounded against the windows as Sarah curled up with a book in her quiet suburban home. Her husband was away on business, leaving her alone with only her dog for company. Around 11 p.m. came the knock. Soft, hesitant. She froze. Who would be out in this weather? She peered through the peephole. A small boy stood there, maybe 10 years old. His hair plastered to his forehead, his lips trembling. "Please," he whispered. "Can I come in? My parents are gone. I'm scared." Sarah's heart ached. She almost opened the door, but something made her stop. The boy never looked up at her. He kept his head down, speaking in a flat, strange voice. Her dog growled, low and constant, muscles tense. Then she noticed something wrong. He wasn't wet from the rain. His clothes were bone dry. The only water dripped from his hair, thick black droplets that pooled unnaturally at his feet. Her instinct screamed. She told him she'd call the police. That's when the boy tilted his head, just slightly, enough for her to glimpse a pale cheek, the corner of a smile. "You shouldn't have done that," he whispered. She staggered back, heart racing. She called 911 immediately. By the time police arrived, the boy was gone. But in the mud surrounding her porch were footprints, dozens of them, adult-sized, leading around her house, watching, waiting. The boy wasn't lost, he was bait. Our homes are supposed to protect us, but sometimes they're the very places where the nightmare waits. So tonight, when you turn off the lights, check your closet, check your windows, and when you hear a knock at your door, ask yourself, do you really want to know who's on the other side?